As we get ready for the bottom of the third.
We talked about that longer second inning, 41 pitches already for Riggleman. Walk, ground out, walk. Runners on the corners with just one down, but then back-to-back strikeouts to Lawler and Koziel, and a really nice job by Adam to get out of the jam. As we wait for some fans to depart over there down the right field line in foul territory. We're now ready. Pup had a hard liner to third that went right into the glove of Lambert. Didn't really have to do too much for the first out. His first time up. That one below the zone for ball one. It's the changeup at 79 that skips in for ball two. Now Pup ahead early in this count. Fastball middle, and Pup was just a little late. 2-1. 2-2 is that one low and away for a called second strike. Pup didn't quite like the call.
Just like that, Riggleman's right back in it.
2-2, a little slider that squirts foul. Pup this season has been one of the best bad ball hitters on pitches outside the zone. He's also seen the most pitches. That's partially because I don't think Alex Pup, in all of the games the Hoppers have had, has had a day off. 25 games played for him. Man. Fouled off. But it is also a credit to his plate discipline. It doesn't jump off the page to you, 11 walks to 26 strikeouts, but he really does do a good job hanging in there, fouling balls off as well.
And that just goes game by game, appearance by appearance.
2-2 after another foul ball, and there's another one. So 410 pitches seen this season for Pup before today. His first at-bat was just 2 pitches on the liner to Lambert, but now it'll be number 7 here in his second at-bat, due up. Fouled away again. Riggleman has had to face some tough hitters and back-to-back at-bats. Koziel saw 10 pitches. Pup has already seen 7.
And overall, he's had to battle a lot of hoppers tonight. As we
2-2 on the ground to Lambert again. Throw over to first. And in back-to-back at-bats, Pup hits it to Lambert at third and is out.
Both pitchers here have pretty ideal starts to this point. Only one hit given up on each side.
2 hard hit balls for the Unicorns. One of them a double, another a flyout. And for Riggleman, other than the single that Bolin lost in the sky that allowed Yachty to get on, hitless. And that's up to your discretion as the viewer whether that should be a hit or an error. It was up on the board as a hit, so we'll call it a hit. This one, little bobble by Hodo, but he recovers nicely and makes the play.
A little bobble there, like you just said, for Hodo, but no problem recording the out. 2 away.
It's one thing we've seen league-wide is the second and third times through the order for some pitchers is where the OPS, the batting average, the long balls can start to jump up a little bit. Riggleman, his second time through this order, though, 2 up and 2 down. First pitch to Rivera, slider outside.
And Rivera, according to the only hit so far for the Hoppers today.
Another slider, can't find the zone.
That hit was a single.
Two-oh now, fastball, hard hit, but way high in the air for John Hodo. Castro calls him off as he will range in. 3 up, 3 down go the Hoppers in the bottom of the third. We head to the fourth. Still nothing. Somebody got to break through this game between the Unicorns and the Hoppers on the USPBL network.
Companies are competing for talent like never before. With the complexities of handling tasks like payroll, benefits administration, and other HR functions, it's easy to see how a professional employer organization like Tryon Solutions makes all the difference. Tryon empowers businesses of all sizes to attract and retain talent by offering access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
We joined Green Path and instantly felt a support around us.
They developed a plan on paper, and this is how we're going to do it.
The plan that they gave me was something that was sustainable. It was something I could do. It was actually lowering my payments monthly by hundreds of dollars.
Choosing Green Path is a no-brainer.
Get great seats, safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. Choose great seats from over 125,000 live events, all backed with a TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Get your tickets smarter at TicketSmarter.com.
Ready for the fourth inning back here at the ballpark. Eddington and Riggleman both in a nice pitcher's duel, 1 hit for each. Hoppers have left 3 runners on, the Unicorns just 1. And still nobody yet to get rid of the goose egg on the scoreboard. We'll see what Bolin, Castro, and Zakopoulos can do here in the fourth. Eddington has retired 8 straight and 9 of the first 10. Bolin the only guy to reach. He'll start things off here in the fourth.
Saw little clips of the I Love Lucy show up there on the scoreboard for Oldies night here at the ballpark.
First pitch fastball popped him up. Does Koziel have room? No, into the stands.
Went all out for that foul ball, huh?
Yeah, but he got it. Another souvenir. Eight hits for Bolin in his last 10 games. One of them a homer. That was against the Beavers in Game 1 of their doubleheader last Saturday. One and one now on Bolin. Fastball with some life. 91's been consistently above 90 all day for Eddington. We've seen a few 90s. It's actually pretty much just been all 91s. We saw a couple 92s in the second inning when he struck out 3 straight batters.
And going back to that doubleheader, like you said last week, that one was split just like every other doubleheader to this point this season.
We'll see if this Saturday can be any different. It's almost been, I don't want to say boring. They've been exciting games, but come on, somebody's got to sweep a Saturday, right?
One would think.
3-1, and Eddington couldn't come up with it. Tried to get Bolin to chase outside on the splitter, and he won't. Bolin reaches in his first 2 at-bats, the only base runner all day for the Unicorns, and he's done it twice.
But if you think about it, team split the doubleheader. Some fans get what they want. The team gets a win. Either team gets a win, and unfortunately they drop a game. So, but
Castro, first pitch, a little flare. This is trouble into center field. It will drop in front of Porter, in between him and Schellenbarger. Little bloop single for Castro. Back-to-back runners on here in the fourth.
Now this offense for the Unicorns, we could be seeing something here. Something might be pro, especially with Ari Sakopoulos stepping up to the plate now.
Off the bat of Castro at 63 miles an hour. And to give a little bit of context, what we constitute as a statistical hard hit ball here in the USPBL is an exit velocity of 85 miles an hour. In the major leagues, it's 95, but 63 for Castro. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Caught it on the top of the bat, but still gets on.
I like the way that you just said that. Better lucky than good. See what the Mount Pleasant native from South Carolina, not to confuse that with Mount Pleasant, Michigan.
This guy's been more good than lucky all season long. Ari Sakopoulos in a very dangerous spot here, 2-0, and with 2 on and nobody out. Fastball above the zone, 3-0, and a fastball count against a fastball hitter. Eddington was a guy who Ari complimented when I spoke to him pregame as a guy with simply one of some of the best stuff in the league and one of the hardest guys to face. When I asked him that question, 3-0 fastball center field, way high though. Porter is under it. Bolin fakes the tag at second, so just a fly out and the runners hold.
That ball went a mile high up into the air.
Just the first out for Eddington, but a big one to a really good hitter in Sakopoulos. But hey, Unicorns doesn't get any easier after him. Noah Childress steps up.
And after Childress, Lambert comes up. But a great play by Porter out there, especially with the sun setting. Not the most easiest thing to see the baseball, especially when it gets that high up into the air.
Childress, in his first time up in the second inning, was the first of those 3 straight strikeouts for Derek. Way inside, ball 1. I think still for Eddington, the good news is it seems like he's lost the command a little bit of the fastball, but that little bloop single for Castro, obviously by no means hard hit. Bolin reaches on the walk. He's just done a nice job pitching around the contact.
Childress has a great opportunity here to drive in a run here.
2-0 fastball middled and another high fly ball. This one's in foul territory for Burke, who has to go back a few steps and make the grab. And I guess the surprising thing in this inning is the lack of command. Only 1 walk to go along with it, but we talked about Eddington before today. 3 walks compared to 26 strikeouts, now 4 to 29. Kind of a shock to see him miss the fastball as much as he has. Some of those ones to Bolin in the 5-pitch walk really weren't that close.
Yeah, not too close, but you know, he's had a solid outing to this point, as that one's in there for a strike.
It's a nice curveball right in the middle. Lambert watched it go by for strike 1.
And Eddington's he's shown, you know, like last inning, those three consecutive strikeouts.
0-1, got him to swing and chase.
As I say, 3 consecutive strikeouts, there's 2 consecutive strikes.
Back-to-back curveballs and back-to-back strikes. Shadow still playing a factor. Eddington shrined in sun, but home plate covered in the shadow. Another curveball, got him looking. Strike 3, Eddington with his 4th K. Lets the first 2 get on, and then 1, 2, 3 after that. Nobody can break through. Still 0. Hoppers batting in the 4th on the other side of this break.
There are many things you can rely on in this world, like a sunny day brightening your mood, your mom baking the world's best apple pie, and never a dull moment in running your business. And when it comes to time-consuming HR tasks, you can rely on Tryon. Tryon can handle payroll and taxes, employee benefits, and more, so you can stay focused on attracting and retaining the best talent. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Throughout your life, from big moments to ones well-earned, we're your financial guardian angel. Alliance Catholic Credit Union.
So one would imagine that two of the arguably most potent lineups all season would break through eventually, but these two starting pitchers, Derek Eddington and Adam Riggleman, have just been lights out. A combined 3 hits between the two through 3.5 innings. See if Burke, Kreitzer, and Schellenbarger can add to that total at all for the Hoppers.
Been a great battle of the 21s on the mound.
First pitch to Burke, popped him up. Martin looks like he has room, and he does. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Martin's catching gear colors are kind of throwing me off a little bit. Looks like he's wearing a Mammoth uniform.
Yeah, I think those are from his college days. I believe he was at Michigan Community College. Now here with the Unicorns. His 3rd professional start. He's looked good behind the plate today. He's caught a few that could have advanced some runners. Had a really nice job when this guy, Nick Kreitzer, was waiting all the way over there at 3rd. Riggleman had a fastball well wide, and Martin saved a run. 0-1 is popped up. 3 pitches and 2 outs for Adam Riggleman here in the 4th.
I think that's the most ideal type of inning as you want as a starting pitcher. Schellenbarger's 0-1 today. So steps into the box.
Grounded out to second his first time up. First pitch swinging. Below the zone, strike 1. Nice changeup from Riggleman. Starting to use that a little bit more as the night continues on. 0-1, and on the ground to second again. Hodo, a nice job being patient, waiting for that one. 3 up, 3 down. We'll head to the 5th. 0 for the Unicorns, 0 for the Hoppers. See how many more times we say that tonight. These pitchers are killing it right now. We'll be back on the other side of this break.
As your neighbor who works at Ascension, Michigan, and a cardiologist who's practiced for more than 20 years, I'm going to keep asking, how are you feeling today? Your care can't wait. Getting care sooner can mean catching things before they get worse. At Ascension, Michigan, our ERs and our hospitals and other sites of care are maintaining strict precautions for your safety. Studies have shown that people will get care sooner if they're encouraged by their doctors, family, and friends. Get the care you need at getascensionmichigancare.com.
Get great seats, safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. Choose great seats from over 125,000 live events, all backed with a TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Get your tickets smarter at ticketsmarter.com.
So it is currently 8:05 Eastern Standard Time here in Utica, Michigan, and we're ready to start the fifth. Aaron, this game is flying by. Both of these pitchers have just been outstanding. 4 strikeouts and just 1 walk, and only 2 hits given up for that guy, Derek Eddington. On the other side, his competitor, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, and just 1 hit for Riggleman. We've seen a total of 5 base runners in this game. Not only, we talked about it off air over the break, not only are these innings 1, 2, 3, they're 1, 2, 3, and like 8 pitches. That last inning, a 5-pitch inning for Adam Riggleman, who had an elevated pitch count after the second inning, which was a longer one, but he got out of the jam, and he's made quick work since.
You took the words right out of my mouth there. 5 pitches? Man, that is so quick. But here we are, top of the 5th, and let's see if the Hoppers or the Unicorns offenses can get some type of a rhythm to break the 0-0.
Martin, first pitch, fouls it back. He struck out in his first at-bat. He was the final victim of those 3 straight from Eddington.
But if you came to the ballpark today or watching wherever, and you love pitcher duels, well, we got the game for you.
Nice fastball, 91, dotted, bottom of the zone, strike 2. You know, I'm always excited when I look at the schedule and I see these two teams because I know we're in for an offensively good game, and that's nothing against the pitchers, but I think most people would agree that home runs and, you know, extra base hits and run scoring is a little bit more fun in baseball, and we've had plenty of those with these two teams. And selfishly, as an announcer, it's more fun to call home runs.
I can agree with that, but it's also
swing and a miss. Martin down on strikes.
As I'm like right now, just in awe of a great pitching matchup that we have going right here.
Well, I gotta say, you know, home runs are fun, but this is fun too. The way these two guys are going at it,
which gets me more excited to wonder who is going to break this tie and in what fashion.
We talked about Attilis. 9 hits in the last 5 games for him. Nearly got the the third hit off of Eddington. And it would have been the second, back in the 3rd inning on a little flyer to right, but Schellenberger was able to make a nice play. Attilis ahead 1-0. High and in, 2-0. Attilis, no real power for him this year. And by that I mean no home runs. He does have the speed and the bat and the gaps at least to work out some doubles. He's still waiting for that first pro home run though. That one chopped on the ground, a little high bounce for Rivera. He'll field and fire. 1 down, 2 down.
2 down, just like that for Riggleman. Just like Eddington last inning. This inning's flying. This half inning's flying by just like the last.
4 pitches to Martin, 3 to Attilis. Now we've got Hodo with nobody on and 2 out.
So we're coming up on pitch number 8 for the inning.
It's a total of 54 right now for Eddington. A little bit ahead of Riggleman in the pitch count race, but that last 5-pitch inning will help him. Slider misses 1-0.
Fans are waiting to see that first home run or even first run or even another hit.
Fly ball out to right. Playable for Schellenberger. Hey, guess what? 1 batter, 2 batter, 3 batters, all of them outs. 1, 2, 3 inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Still 0-0 on the USPBL network.
Dunham Sports is a proud partner of the USPBL. Big names, low prices, delivering value since 1937.
At Fifth Third Bank, we're working hard to make banking a Fifth Third better, which means we put 166.7% into everything we do.
I think you can only give 110%.
Well, with free checking, fraud protection services, and an automatic savings tool to help you quickly reach your goals, 166.7% is possible.
Oh, wait till my 8th graders hear about this. They're gonna be like, it's not possible. Well, yes it is.
This is banking, a Fifth Third better.
Seven, 8, 9 hitters due up for the Hoppers in the bottom of the 5th, going against Adam Riggleman right now working on 60 pitches. And Aaron, if you look back to that first inning, that fly ball that Bolin lost in left field went up on the scoreboard as a hit. Again, that's up to your discretion whether that's a hit or an error. I don't know if you can necessarily call it a lost fly ball in the sun an error, but the only hit today for the Hoppers through 4 innings.
And with that, you probably imagine we are deadlocked at 0. As we are getting ready to start the bottom of the 5th, and it's 8:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in Utica. I don't know about you, Brandon. This game has flown by so far.
Both pitchers have made quick work of these lineups. Slider inside on Perez. He watches it go by. Perez worked a walk his first at bat. That one's in for a strike. The fastball hovers around 88 for Riggleman, and that's where it's been all night.
Still looking for that first hit in the orange, white, green, and black as a hopper.
Ahead 2-1. Under the zone, 3-1. Exactly how Perez walked last time. Took a strike and then worked 3 pitches outside the zone before getting the walk. On the 3-1 here, fastball in the middle, hit on the ground to Lambert. Easy play for him. 1 up, 1 down.
This pitcher's making him look almost routine, just getting these strikes, getting these strikeouts, getting these ground outs, and just getting out of these innings.
For Riggleman, hasn't had a strikeout since the 2nd inning. He's got 4 total, but it still has to feel good to fall behind 3-1 and get a soft contact ground ball out. Lawler looks at a called strike, slider inside.
77 miles an hour for that pitch.
Riggleman usually gets more fly ball outs than ground balls. We've seen a lot on the ground today.
But Lawler's quickly down in the count, 0-2.
Outside, Lawler looks at the fastball. 90 from Riggleman. Best one we have seen from him yet. 1-2. Good crowd here on Thursday. Chevy Pavilion pretty busy. Crowd behind the plate has seen some action. That one hits Lawler on the foot. And as Riggleman was ahead 1-2, the slider dinged Lawler on the toe, and he'll be awarded first base.
Maybe this could be the spark that the Diamond Hoppers have been looking forward to this point.
At this point, it seems like it's going to be something unorthodox that brings a run around. I don't know if anybody's going to hit a nice, solid 95-mile-an-hour home run the way these two guys are working.
These fans are just probably thinking, we just want to see at least one run go up on the board.
We have had a 0-0 game earlier in this year, and it was between these two teams, the Hoppers and the Unicorns. The Unicorns took a 0-0 sudden death win about a month ago. Koziel, who saw 10 pitches but struck out in his first at-bat, ahead 1-0. Fastball off the mask of Martin, foul, 1-1.
That one close to 90, getting up around 87 miles an hour there.
Well, I know one thing. Mitch Aker and Shane McCaddy, our pitching coaches league-wide here, got to be pretty happy about what they're seeing right now.
Absolutely. It's any position coach in any sport is always proud of what their players go out and do on a daily or nightly basis. But especially for those pitching coaches, I mean, what a fantastic performance for both guys here to this point. 3 hits combined given up.
Swing and a miss. Koziel behind 1-2 now. Martin seems to be okay after taking that foul ball off the mask.
Because it's been almost nothing but strikes tonight. It's been a common theme for both guys on the hill tonight.
1-2, Buzz the Tower with an 89-mile-an-hour fastball. Koziel barely gets out of the way. Nearly the second hit batter this inning.
A little too close. A little too close if you ask me.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Lawler waits over at first. Double play ball for Lambert to second for 1. Relay to first. Koziel beats it, but they do get the lead runner at second base for the second out.
And that double play almost happened. Just really great running there to beat it out, and only beat it out by maybe half a second.
So this is an important batter for Riggleman. 3rd time through the order. That's what we talked about earlier, where some of these pitchers have struggled, is facing a lineup for a 3rd time. Move over to first. Works Koziel back. Pup, a line out and a ground out, both to third base. 0 for 2 today. First pitch, this one's out into left. It will drop in front of Bolin, and the inning is still alive for the Hoppers. 2 on, 2 out for Blake Porter. Just the second hit today given up by that man, Adam Riggleman.
And again, we've been talking about this all evening long. Trying to break the scoreless tie. Now we're at 2 hits apiece for both ball clubs here. See if the Hoppers can do anything with it 2 down.
Porter is 0 for 2. Strikeout and a ground out. The pitch not in his favor for strike 1. Swing and a miss. Riggleman recovers nicely from the first pitch single to Pup. Back-to-back strikes to Porter, and he's in the driver's seat right now. This one's back up the middle. Whoa. It floats into center field. Coming around is Koziel. The throw to the plate. Did he get him? No, he scores!
Wow.
Safe at the plate. Excitement on the first run of the game. The Hoppers finally break through. 1-0 on the RBI hit from Blake Porter.
And after being down in the count, finds a way to get that ball, just plop it just right over the shortstop, and boom, baby. 1-0 Hoppers. Finally broken the 0-0 tie.
How about like you mentioned, Aaron, 2-strike hitting from Porter, and then the base running aggression from Koziel with 2 outs. He was off of second base quickly. And I think that softly hit ball might have helped a little bit. Took QOLity a little bit of time to get there, and he's certainly not playing Porter shallow at all in center.
And I don't think, like we've been saying all night, I don't think the wind had any factor because it's barely blowing right now.
The 0-1 to Rivera in there, 0-2. Riddleman again follows up a base hit ahead in the count. Didn't work out for him last time. We'll see what he can do against Yadi. Yadi, before this inning, the only Hopper to get on base by a hit. 0-2 slider is outside.
Fans are looking up into the suites above us. Sounds like a birthday party up there in the suites. A beautiful Thursday night here. And a 1-0 game.
1-2 to Rivera. Hodo is there. And finally the Hoppers, or anybody for that matter, get on the board. They lead 1-0. Riggleman still strands 2. And finally we have some team with a lead. For the past 35 years, Bell's Brewery has been inspired to brew beers that you can count on. Not just for taste, but quality. From Two-Hearted Ale to Oberon to new classics, official hazy IPA, or the easy drinking Golden Ale. No, yeah, Bell's has brewed inspired beers since 1985. Bell's Brewery, Comstock, Michigan. Please drink responsibly. 6th inning when we return. Hoppers with a lead, 1-0 over the Unicorns.
There are many things you can rely on in this world, like a sunny day brightening your mood, your mom baking the world's best apple pie, and never a dull moment in running your business. And when it comes to time-consuming HR tasks, you can rely on Tryon. Tryon can handle payroll and taxes, employee benefits, and more, so you can stay focused on attracting and retaining the best talent. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
What makes Detroit Mercy so unique is the fact that it's in the middle of Detroit, and especially with their service learning programs, you really get a chance to be a part of the community.
Detroit Mercy. Build a boundless future.
Derek Eddington goes out there for the 6th inning, working for the first time in this game with a lead, but it's a slim one. 1 run, and he's got to face the top of the order for the 3rd time. QOLity, Bolin, and Castro. So we saw it, we talked about it, and we saw it. Pup got on with the single, so did Porter, the RBI single. It helped that Lawler and Koziel were both able to get on in the bottom of the order, but that 3rd time through was the first time somebody was able to get past Riggleman. See if the same fate waits for Derek Eddington.
Leading off for the Unicorns, this center fielder number 24, QOLity.
2 hits for Eddington, just 1 walk. Below the zone to QOLity for ball 1. Koziel setting up low and away. Pitch a little high on the fastball at 90, but fouled. So no runs on 2 hits and no errors for the Unicorns. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for the Hoppers. 6th inning brought to you by Jimmy John's here on the USPBL Network. 1-0 hit to left. That one is hooking foul. Near home run distance for Drew QOLity. Hard hit off the bat, but can't keep it in play.
Eddington's got to be breathing a sigh of relief right now. Got to be thankful that ball didn't get that loft and get out of the park, as the winds have died down here.
Porter and Schellenbarger play QOLity to the right center field gap. This pitch outside, 2-2. Lawler pretty straight up over there and left. The infield is deep. Wind has died down a little bit for this lefty. It's this one pounded into the ground, foul. And I feel like lefties have been the main benefactors of some strong wind all year long. We've had a few right-handed homers to left field that have been aided, but we've seen the obvious ones be from lefties.
Yeah, like you said, a couple opposite-ended hits ended up being homers for righties.
And maybe that's because the wind typically blows that way over there to right field. But nonetheless, advantage to hit from the left side. Full count now on QOLity. Payoff pitch, and he walked him. Missed it with the curveball.
We got some action going on in the Hoppers bullpen over there.
Looks like Harry Orth warming up just at the start of his warm-up, getting stretched out. Unicorns have some action in theirs, too. A couple guys up and moving. I don't think we're quite at a pitching change yet.
Not yet, unless a lot of runs are given up here. But with the way these pitchers have pitched tonight, I don't think that's going to be the case.
Bolin, a swing and a miss, falls behind. 0-1. 64 pitches right now for Eddington. We've seen a few guys, starters that is, work into the high 70s and low 80s as far as pitch count inside. Nearly clipped him. Wouldn't be surprised if Eddington did the same here. Was a starter in college, used to going deep. Spent 2 seasons at Davenport in the GLIAC before turning pro. Move over to first. Eddington was fantastic at Davenport.
The GLIAC, a very competitive conference. Very competitive. Davenport, Grand Valley, Saginaw Valley, Northern Michigan.
Eddington, this most recent 2022 season, was a first-team All-GLIAC member. Bolin fouls it off 1-2.
Can't forget Bolin had a double earlier in today's contest.
Yeah, that was a hard hit one down the right field line the opposite way. Schellenbarger was in no position to make a play on that ball quickly, and Bolin stretched it into 2. He was ahead in that count, behind here. Back-to-back foul balls, leaves it at 1-2. QOLity with some speed over there at first, but he has not flirted with trying for second yet. Moderate lead for him as Burke holds him on. Bolin hits this one right to Pup at short. Could be a double play to Perez. Now to Burke. Got him. Big twin killing after the leadoff walk against the top of the order. 2 go down. That brings up Castro.
Just what the doctor ordered. A nice double play. For Eddington, man, you got to be feeling really good right now.
Another ground ball out for Eddington, a guy who doesn't get a lot of those. Less than 20% this season. That one's in the dirt, and Castro swings for strike 1.
Castro, the other unicorn who's recorded a hit today. That was a single earlier on in the contest.
A soft contact blooper into center back in the 4th. The 1st and the 4th innings, the only innings Eddington has not faced the minimum 3 batters, swing and a miss. In the driver's seat again, 1-2. And in that 1st inning, he only faced 4. In the 4th inning, he did face 5. Bolin and Castro were the two to reach, but then it was 1, 2, 3 after that. Since then, he's retired 8 in a row. Looking at 9 here, 1 and 2. Swing and a miss. He got him.
There it is.
A little bit of flair and a celebration from Eddington. A double play and a strikeout gets him out of the inning. Still a 1-run lead for the Hoppers. We'll head to the 7th here on the USPBL Network.
Every summer, my family loves to have a neighborhood movie night in our backyard. And with my Chevy Blazer, I can head out and get everything we need for a great night. It has plenty of room for picking up friends, and the available hands-free liftgate is perfect for loading unhandy supplies. You know, it may be movie night, but my Blazer is the main attraction wherever I go.
Lease a 2022 Blazer 2LT for just $239 a month for 24 months. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City.
Make your move with a quick and easy mortgage from Genesis Credit Union. We have mortgages to fit your life. Genesis Credit Union. Visit us today.
So after a fantastic 5 complete innings, Adam Riggleman is done. 1 run on just 3 hits, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Brian Camacho takes over for the Unicorns, down by a run here in the bottom of the 6th on our Thursday evening game. Oldies night from the ballpark at Jimmy John's Field. Camacho, a guy who's been really fun to watch all year. 12 appearances for him. 4.38 is the ERA. 12 1/3 innings of work. Hasn't quite been his usual self of late. He's got tons of velocity on the mound. Has had a fastball touch 95 multiple times this year. Just hasn't quite been on the same level as he was at the start of the year. It's just 2 pitches for Brian. 4-seam fastball and a slider. Uses that fastball 3/4 of the time. And a slider the other 25%. Average velocity on the fastball, 92.5. Rounding up to 93, that's the league lead. He's got to go against Burke, Kreitzer, and Schellenbarger here in the 6th. We'll start with Burke, who's 0 for 2, strikeout and a pop-out. Joe Burke, uncharacteristically, in his 2 at-bats, has only seen 6 total pitches. He's been really good at that this year, getting deep into counts, seeing more pitches than most. Swing and a miss on the 1-0. .94 out of the gate for Camacho with the fastball. Has been really good against right-handed hitters. 182 their average this season. The 1-1 skied out to center. Galassi twisting and turning a few steps back. Just onto the warning track, he will make the grab for 1 out.
Yet again, so close to our first home run of the night.
Kreitzer's 0 for 1 plus a walk today. 2 very different styles on the mound that these Hoppers hitters will have to face. Riggleman, 88-mile-an-hour fastball, tons of breaking stuff, uses the breaking stuff a lot. The fastball not as much as a lot of other pitchers. For Camacho, Fastball slider, 95. Here it is. Hit it. 94 on that one for the called strike one. A ball and a strike on Kreitzer.
Just as you said, 90, 95 miles an hour. Just got that one up to 94. Not holding back.
21 strikeouts for Camacho on the year, 10 walks. Swing and a miss there. Has only given up 6 runs, all of them earned. Right now averaging a strikeout rate over 15 per 9. Walk rate pretty elevated too, just above 7. Typically like that to be 4 or less. Kreitzer lazily swings at this one out to left, and that will drop in foul territory. Tough play for everybody out there. It's Bolin, Attilis, and Lambert.
But one of them wishes they had that one, but difficult play nonetheless.
Kreitzer very close to getting lucky there with a single. Just a few feet left of that third base foul line. Shadows have completely engulfed the playing field here at Jimmy John's Field. The sun's still shining on the trees in the background. Such a nice background. We get to
sun's beginning to set over here.
Enjoy. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Camacho with a strikeout. Kreitzer will head down to first. Martin just makes the throw. Ooh, a little close on the throw. Sakopoulos had to jump off the bag and grab it. Nonetheless, it is out number 2.
That could have been disastrous right there if that was overthrown. But Ari Sakopoulos hauls that one in. Gets down, taps back. 2 gone.
And now Brian versus Bryant as Schellenbarger will step in, taking on Camacho. Back-to-back ground outs to second base for Schellenbarger. He's 0 for 2. First pitch slider won't get the chase. Misses off the plate, low and away. Schellenbarger hitting .263 before today. 2 home runs in his short professional career so far. 10 RBIs. He's done a really nice job batting in that 5 hole so often, bringing runners around. Right now with nobody on and 2 down. Can't catch up to the 94-mile-an-hour fastball, 2-1.
I was just going to say, there's no runners for him to bring home. So either way, let's see if he can get on base here. He's 0 for 2. One person might say he's due.
Dips below the zone 93. 3 balls and a strike on Schellenbarger. Sun setting, the night getting later. That wind still pretty stiff out there on the center field flag. Our pennants in left, not as busy, and Schellenbarger gets the 5-pitch walk. So with 2 outs, Perez will step up with a runner on.
Number 22, Christian Perez.
And with the sun going down now, fortunately the days will be starting to get a little bit shorter, minute each day, since way past June 21st. Oh, now the days are going to get shorter and colder.
Camacho moves Schellenbarger back. That one looked like it clipped Sakopoulos. Maybe he wasn't able to grab it. Clipped him, might have been in the ankle or the shin. Appears to be okay. Sakopoulos playing over there at first. He played there his his entire baseball life before the USPBL, all in college, all since he was younger. And then when he got here, Bolin was the one over at first base, and Sakopoulos had said he wanted to kind of grow his game a little bit and become a more useful defender, so he wanted to play some outfield. And he asked Skip if he could, and he said yeah, and kind of just stayed out there and left a bunch. And then finally they decided to move him back at first and switch him and Bolin, and it's been going well for both of them so far. Been a little 6 or 7 game experiment up until this point.
It's okay to have a couple positions in your arsenal, in your repertoire, especially in the professional level.
That one's just out of Sakopoulos' reach in foul territory. Would have been the third out instead, and 1-1 now on Perez. That's Schellenbarger waiting at first. 2 down, the 1-1. Swing and a line drive, base hit out into right center. Schellenbarger will hold at second base. And a nice 2-out hit from Perez.
How about that? Now we got first and second.
Hoppers staying alive here in the 6th, trying to add on to their slim 1-run lead as Sean Lawler steps to the dish. Good day for Perez. Ground out in the 5th, but a walk in the 2nd and a single there. He's done well defensively, too. Camacho taking a little bit off there. 92 on that fastball, low and away off the plate. Waller skies this one foul. This feels like a big opportunity for the Hoppers to maybe steal a couple runs with 2 outs. Burke and Kreitzer went down to start things off in this inning.
At this point, it almost feels like insurance runs, the way that these pitchers for both sides have been dealing the baseball tonight. So like you said, get another run or 2. That may put it out of reach, but we have seen so many wild things happen here at the USPBL.
It always just feels like with the Unicorns that they're going to score eventually. It's just a matter of when and how. 2-1 to Lawler. This one is out into center. That's going to drop for a base hit. Schellenbarger being waved around. The throw from Galassi. Beat him there. Did he slide under it? He did! And now Perez scoots over to third.
And Martin looks like
Time is called. Jake Martin might be hurt on the slide. That's the second runner for the Hoppers that slid under the tag to score. 2-0 on the RBI single. Martin still down. Collided with Schellenbarger.
Let's hope he's okay.
Yeah, Schellenbarger kind of just slid right between Martin's legs, and he kind of had to. Martin was pretty well up the third base line by 2 or 3 feet off of home plate. Nowhere for Schellenbarger to go but between his legs. I think he might have just twisted or hit a knee a little bit. And trainers are out.
What a throw back home.
It was a good throw by Galassi. It beat Schellenbarger to the plate. Kind of very similar to the way Koziel scored. It was a little bloop single out into center. The throw beat him, but he slid under the tag, and Martin gets a cheer as he gets up. I think he's going to stay in this game. So it'll be runners on the corners. Sure, we'll give Martin a few warm-up pitches. So it's Perez over at third, Lawler with the RBI single over at first. Still 2 down. And that's a big hit though for the Hoppers. 2 outs. Lawler comes up pretty clutch to add an insurance run to their lead.
Both the Hoppers' runs have come so close. They looked almost identical the way they finished at the plate. Looked like the throw was gonna beat them, but ends up scoring. And this could be the types of insurance runs that we were talking about, even though it is the bottom of the 6th, but just the way that these pitchers are pitching, you never know.
Koziel hits this one out to center. Galassi a few steps back, and he's right there for the 3rd out. Perhaps one batter too late for Brian Camacho. The Hoppers add on an extra run to their lead, 2-0. See if the Unicorns can get off the schneid here in this Thursday night game on the USPBL Network.
Every summer, my family loves to have a neighborhood movie night in our backyard. And with my Chevy Blazer, I can head out and get everything we need for a great night. It has plenty of room for picking up friends, and the available hands-free liftgate is perfect for loading unhandy supplies. You know, it may be movie night, but my Blazer is the main attraction wherever I go.
Lease a 2022 Blazer 2LT for just $239 a month for 24 months. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City.
We build roads, bridges, wind farms, and pipelines, schools to skyscrapers. Our members create monuments. We operate. We're the operators and mechanics behind the advanced heavy machines that move Michigan forward. We maintain boilers and HVAC. Our members run the complex heating and cooling systems that we all depend on. Our training is second to none, and safety is our priority. We are Operating Engineers 324, and we keep Michigan running.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale, all backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at TicketSmarter.com.
So Derek Eddington working with a 2-run lead here in the 7th. We've only seen 2 USPBL pitchers this year go into the 7th inning or later, both on the Beavers, Trevor Jackson and Austin Shea. Eddington, perhaps that last run in the 2nd maybe kind of added to the decision of Ryan Kotke and John Dombrowski. Say, hey, go out there, you got a little bit more room to work with. Go out there and try the 7th. See how you do. He's got to face the 4, 5, 6 hitters, Sakopoulos, Childerson, Lambert. 72 pitches up until this point. Really efficient day for Eddington. That one's above the zone. Fastball, ball 1.
But you got to think if you're the manager, you got to think, you know what? Feeling good to my guy. He hasn't given up anything to this point, and we have a 2-run lead. Let's see what he can do.
Skied, foul territory, left side. Rivera's under it. 2 pitches and an out to Sakopoulos. That's his 2nd time popping out to the 3rd baseman. Just a bit of an off day for him. 0 for 3 until this point, but everybody's been off against this guy, Derek Eddington. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. He's now retired 10 in a row.
Everyone's been so used to the Unicorns being such a highly powered offense and the capability to strike whenever, but so far, that hasn't been the case here tonight.
Fastball has lost a little life. 89 on that one outside to Childress for ball 1. was very consistently 91, occasional 92 through the first 5 innings for Eddington. 75, it's the curve below the zone 2 and 0. I think the big thing for Eddington right now is at least no base runners. You know, maybe you give up a long ball, a solo shot, that's not too bad. Childress hits this one hard, left field, Porter going back. That one is just in front of the wall, drops at the base. Childress rumbling for second, a quick throw in, and he's there barely. A little bit of a relay race back to the bag, but he gets it, a one-out double, and feet away from a home run.
Just like feet away, and that one had some great velocity on that ball, and so close to being gone, but turns into a double with 1 out for Kevin Lambert to work with here.
And even bigger than it being another hit, just the third one Eddington has given up. It's an extra base hit, and now a runner in scoring position for a still potent part of this lineup. And that one gets by Koziel. 90 feet closer is Childress now.
Just like that, the Unicorns are now in striking distance.
So ball 1 on Lambert is a wild pitch above Kevin Koziel, and Childress waits over there at third, trying to get that 0 off the scoreboard for the Unicorns. Popped him up. Rivera's under it for the second out. A nice job tracking that ball in the evening sky. And a big pop out for Eddington.
See if anything he can get out of this not a huge jam, but just a little threat here on third base. 2 outs here with Parkinson now coming up to the plate.
So we obviously saw Martin was slow to get up after that last play at the plate with Schellenbarger. He did stay in for the final at-bat of that inning, and it was only a few more pitches. We haven't had any official word whether his injuries are any serious or not, or maybe that's just enough for him today. But Parkinson pinch hitting here in the 7th. First pitch swinging, 91. Good fastball, strike 1. Parkinson's been one of the best hitters, not just on this Unicorns team, but league-wide all season long. Leads the Unicorns in batting average, .328 right now. No real power to go along with it. 4 doubles, but no home runs for Parkinson.
But keep in mind, he's also got 19 hits on the year, but only 5 RBIs.
He's just been a consistent contact guy. Singles, get on base, come around and score. Pretty impressive for the catcher, too. But he's behind 0-2 here. Ooh. Koziel pulled the string. Eddington thought he had it. Instead, it's ball 1.
And there's nothing wrong with just hit singles, get guys getting on, creating more space for others, getting your teammates involved, getting them in scoring position.
Childress waits over at third. 2 down, the 1-2 on the ground to Rivera. A nice play, throw to first, and Burke is there. He'll tag Parkinson. Had to come off the bag a little bit. Parkinson made a late slide, but he is out. Childress is stranded on, and the Unicorns are left hanging still with 0, 2-0. Hopper's batting in the 7th on the other side of the break.
Why are all these business owners smiling? Because they rely on Tryon to handle difficult and time-consuming HR tasks like payroll, benefits administration, and more. Working with one of the nation's top professional employer organizations provides access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans and Tryon's team of attorneys and HR experts. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
What makes Detroit Mercy so unique is the fact that it's in the middle of Detroit, and especially with their service learning programs, you really get a chance to be a part of the community.
Detroit Mercy. Build a boundless future.
So Brian Camacho gets an inning in the 6th. It'll be Austin Calopetro here in the 7th, facing the top of the order. Pup, Porter, and Rivera all due up. Austin, a newcomer to this Unicorns roster. 5 appearances for him quickly. 8 innings of work, 4 walks, 8 strikeouts. Nothing else really to go along with that. First pitch to Pup, a little blooper. Hodo racing back, and he won't be able to get there. First pitch single for Pup, his 2nd of the day. He's 2 for 4, leads things off here in the 7th.
Hoppers are starting to find a little groove here.
Boy, they have just really taken advantage of some soft contact in the right spot.
Doesn't matter which part of the field either. Baseball's been sailing to all different parts of the field on soft contact.
We've seen some to center that have scored runs, a few to right, one to left. I mean, very few hard-hit balls all day. I don't have any on my scorebook. Nonetheless, a 2-0 lead for the Hoppers. Pup waits over there at first. He's got some speed. Into Porter, in on the hands, 1-1.
Porter 1 for 3 today. Single and an RBI.
He had the first RBI of the game that brought around the first run, which was Koziel back in the 5th. And that was a soft little flare to center field. The 1-1, Pup goes. Parkinson, the throw down is high. Pup is safe with the stolen bag.
Pup showing off the speed there. It's in there safely.
It's his 5th of the year. Successful in all 5 attempts. For Calopetro, it's a 4-seam fastball, changeup, and slider. The fastball hangs out around 89 miles an hour, has touched 92. 2-1. Bottom of the zone, strike 2, nice pitch. Pup let us off with a single. Porter facing the 2-2, nobody down. And Calopetro will step off after, I think, a staring contest with Alex Pup.
So I think he just lost that contest.
You see him looking there. Now the delivery, swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Austin Calopetro. Punches out a good hitter in Porter. 1 down.
Calopetro might have lost the staring contest, but he won the at-bat on that one.
Just the 6th strikeout today for the Unicorns. 4 of them belong to the starter Riggleman. Camacho picked up 1 last inning, and that's the first for Calopetro. He'll face Rivera. Austin, despite the small sample size, and that is a slider below the zone, ball 1. Despite the small sample size, has been good against both righties and lefties, and just overall opponents in his first 5 appearances, hitting just .125. 1 for 13 against left-handed hitters. Rivera trying to change that here, ahead 1-0. That fastball misses, 2-0.
Six hits for these Hoppers today. After a stalemate in the first about 4.5 innings or so. First 5, I beg your pardon.
3-0 on Rivera. That scoots away. Pup gets all the way to third now. It's a little bit of trouble for Calipetro here in the 7th.
Just what the Hoppers want. Another run on the board. Make the comeback for the Unicorns just a little bit more difficult if Pup can get across.
The breeze has died down a little bit. Outfield plays Rivera to pull a little bit to the right side. Infield is deep as well. The 3-0 fastball middle. This will score the run. Attilis, nice job making the play up the middle for out number 2. An RBI ground out for Yadi Rivera.
There we go. 3 runs on the board for the Hoppers.
At the plate, number 15, Joe.
Just what they would need. Just what the Hoppers need. Put a more of a squeeze on the Unicorns. Try to make this comeback here.
See what Burke can do. Bases cleared, 2 down. Hasn't been a great day for Burke. 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Struck out his first time up to Riggleman. Pop out in a fly out are the other two. The fly out to center last inning was one of the better hit balls for him.
Burke ahead in the count here, 2-0.
Fastball well above the zone, and for the second time in as many batters, Calipetro falls behind 3-0. It's one thing Burke has kind of complained about. Everybody knows this guy's a good hitter. They don't want to give him a fastball, and obviously that's the pitch he likes. Waits for a fastball count. Lets that one go by, 3-1. But he said, I just haven't seen as many fastballs lately. At least, you know, the ones that I have seen are not hittable, like in this at-bat. That last one from Calipetro before the strike, well above the zone. But chance here to see one down the middle if he wants. 3-1. See what Calipetro does. Fastball below, right at the knees for strike 2. 2 good pitches. Calipetro's fought back into this at bat. It's a full count. Burke, that wide stance. Shallow in the right-handed batter's box. Calipetro, middle of the rubber, swing and a miss. Down goes Joe Burke, second time today on strikes. A run comes across for the Hoppers. They've now got 3-1 in each of the last 3 innings, and that is their lead. The Unicorns 0, the Hoppers 3, 8th inning due up when we return.
As your neighbor who works at Ascension, Michigan, and a cardiologist who's practiced for more than 20 years, I'm going to keep asking, how are you feeling today? Your care can't wait. Getting care sooner can mean catching things before they get worse. At Ascension, Michigan, our ERs and our hospitals and other sites of care are maintaining strict precautions for your safety. Studies have shown that people will get care sooner if they're encouraged by their doctors, family, and friends. Get the care you need at getascensionmichigancare.com.
First State Bank is a locally owned and operated business. We're part of your community. At fsbcares.com, you'll find ways that we're making a difference by featuring locally owned and operated businesses, providing access to helpful financial resources, and engaging with community. FSBcares.com is part of our commitment to the neighborhood, Because strong neighbors mean stronger communities. Where good neighbors do great things. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Well, after an absolutely fantastic 7-inning, 3-hit, no-run day for Derek Eddington, he gets a much-deserved rest here in the 8th. Harry Orth will take over. 2 walks and 6 strikeouts today for Eddington. And, Aaron, he was just lights out on top of the mound.
He was fantastic tonight, and just the way, he had a couple innings. Yeah, okay. Not as consistent over the plate, not getting that many strikeouts, but also he had a stretch earlier in the game where he struck out 3 in a row, 4 in a row to take that back. So overall, fantastic night for him, and yeah, get that well-deserved rest now.
Orth, 8 appearances this year. One of them a start, primarily been in relief. He's ahead 0-1 here on Attilis. Curveball, strike 2. It's a 4-seam curveball and splitter, same as Eddington for Orth. Not quite the same velocity. Native of Kenosha, Wisconsin. Played at Wisconsin Oshkosh for 4 seasons in college. That one's outside, 1 and 2. Orth this season has been pretty good for the Hopper, still looking to really solidify his role out of the bullpen. Not necessarily an everyday guy. Works quickly, above the zone. Attilis took it, 2-2. 4.5 ERA in 20 innings of work for Orth. 4 walks to 14 Ks. Similar to some of the other guys, a pitch-to-contact guy, and there is some soft contact on the ground to Burke for out number 1.
Always a good way to start the night. Soft contact right to your first baseman for a nice, easy recorded out.
Attilis down for the 3rd time in a row. He's 0 for 3. There's only 1, 2, 3 guys in this Unicorns lineup right now that are not 0 for in this game.
Hits have been hard to come by for the Unicorns today. Again, a highly powered offense, highly powered team. Great hitters all around. Can only buy 3 hits today.
Little chopper to Perez. He's been busy today. Done a nice job handling perhaps some newfound pressure on a newfound team. Making the start at second. He was primarily the starter at shortstop for the Mammoths. Houston Parker, their everyday second baseman. Essentially just a middle infielder, though, is Perez. Nice play there for out number 2.
Now, someone we're not used to seeing in the 0 for column is Drew Galassi.
Does have a walk, 0 for 2 with a walk, but a fly out and a ground out. Couple hard hit balls, had a very hard hit foul ball in the at-bat that he walked. Just a few feet shy of what would have been a home run. Hits this one hard, center field. Porter going back on the track. He'll make the grab. A nice play. Galassi with the scare. 3rd time he's hit one hard today. But it's 3 up and 3 down for Harry Orth. Quick work in the 8th. Hopper's up 3.
Why are all these business owners smiling? Because they rely on Tryon to handle difficult and time-consuming HR tasks like payroll, benefits administration, and more. Working with one of the nation's top professional employer organizations provides access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans and Trion's team of attorneys and HR experts. With Trion, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTrion.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
We joined Green Path and instantly felt a support around us.
They developed a plan on paper, and this is how we're going to do it.
The plan that they gave me was something that was sustainable. It was something I could do. It was actually lowering my payments monthly by hundreds of dollars.
Choosing Green Path is a no-brainer.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. Ticket Smarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the Ticket Smarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think Ticket Smarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed at Ticketsmarter.com.
Perry Bewley will work the 8th for the Unicorns. 11 appearances for him this year. He's been lights out. A fantastic reliever for this Unicorn squad. A sub-2 ERA pushing sub-1. 1-1 right now. 16 1/3 innings of work. 12 hits, has only given up 3 runs. And 6 walks to 25 Ks for Bewley.
Let's see if the Hoppers can continue to rip it up, as here little Richard playing in the crowd on Oldies night here at the ballpark.
So Bewley will go against Kreitzer, Schellenbarger, and Perez. A couple guys who haven't necessarily done a ton of damage, but they've all gotten on base at least once. Perez has done it twice, once a walk, once a single. Schellenbarger, of these 3, the only one to have scored. He scored on the Lawler single to center back in the 6th. For Bewley, it's a 4-seam fastball, slider, and changeup. Good velocity on the fastball, 93 on that first one for ball 1 to Kreitzer. Average is around 90, has touched as much as 94. Uses that fastball and slider almost 50-50 each. Changeup, more of a pitch that he's working on developing. Uses it sparingly, kind of checks it to see if it feels right, moves the right way he wants, and maybe he'll use it more in an appearance than another one when it's not going the way he wants.
Whatever's working, whatever's feeling good, it's what you got to go with.
2-1 now on Kreitzer. Strikeout, pop out, and a walk. Looked like he had a chance to be the first run to come across the plate all the way back in the 2nd inning, but was stranded over at 3rd. Waves and misses on that fastball, 2-2. Another fastball, got him looking, strike 3. That's the first strikeout on either side today that is recorded as a backwards K. Kreitzer, the first one to go down, watching it.
Number 25, Brian Schellenbarger.
Brings up Schellenbarger. Slider back up the middle. Hodo fields, flips, and it's way wide. Schellenbarger is going to get to second. Parkinson grabs it in foul territory on the right side. tough play for Hodo. Took a weird bounce, I think, off the mound maybe. And he had to field it off balance, throw across his body, and couldn't come up with it.
Any throw across your body in baseball is always difficult to do. Once again, the Hoppers. More insurance runs, please. I think they're probably going to say yes on that offer. They got a guy on second.
Perez singled his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Slider below the zone for ball 1. Call time to dig in a little bit more. Another slider. Thought about it. Didn't go.
Hopper's trying to get another insurance run here late with 1 out. Make it 4-0.
2-0 changeup from Bewley. First time we've seen that tonight. Fastball in on the hands, barely foul. 2-2. Bewley's been one of the best guys all season, striking out batters. 3rd league-wide in strikeout rate at almost 15 per 9 innings. Really good at keeping the contact down, too. What little contact there is pretty soft. Opponent's batting less than 200 against him. That one slider in the dirt. Full count for Christian Perez. 1 on and 1 out. It's Schellenbarger over there at second on the throwing error from Hodo. First error today comes in a tough late spot. These Unicorns trying to fight back.
Getting a lot of let's go Hopper chants in the crowd. Oh, man.
Broke his bat. Back to Bewley. He'll go to third. A nice play in. The lead runner, Schellenbarger, is out. That's the only out they'll get. Heads up play on the mound by Bewley. Broken bat absolutely shattered it on that 93-mile-an-hour fastball, but Perez reaches on the fielder's choice. The putout goes 1-5. So now just a runner on first, 2 down for Sean Lawler.
And broken bat, just in 2 pieces. That's it. No other fragments that we could see up here in the booth.
Yeah, that thing got sawed off. High velocity in on the hands will do that to you. Bewley works Perez back.
Talk about hitting it right in the correct spot when it comes to that.
No stolen bases yet for Perez, but he's flirted with the idea. Both times he's reached at first. There he goes, a good jump. Parkinson throw down, a little high and away. Perez is safe.
Bowler had a little bit of hesitation in between first and second as he was taking off, and wasn't sure if he was going to make it, but he got there.
First pitch was in for a ball on Lawler. So 1-0 with a runner in scoring position. Already an RBI single today for Lawler. This one on the ground. It's off the glove of Sakopoulos, and Hodo can't grab it. In comes Perez. He'll score standing up. 4-0 Hoppers.
And there is another insurance run for the Hoppers. 7th hit of the day for the Hoppers, and this is all from the 5th inning and on.
Little steamer off the bat of Lawler, and in back-to-back at-bats, he gets an RBI single. He brings around Perez. So the Hoppers get one in the 5th, one in the 6th, one in the 7th, and now one in the 8th to make it a 4-run ball game. Unicorns' last chance will be after this in the top of the 9th, and today it's been 2-out hitting as well for the
Hoppers have had they've had an interesting little sequence.
Popped him up. That's Koziel racing over is Hodo. It will be Castro collecting the 3rd out, but again, not before the Hoppers can get one on the board. 4-run lead, last chance for the Unicorns in the top of the 9th when we come back.
At Fifth Third Bank, we're working hard to make banking a Fifth Third better. With free checking and fraud protection services, 166.7% is possible.
166.7.
This is banking a Fifth Third better.
You hear about the promo that Jimmy's John's got going on? 5 off 20? How they pulling it off? Magic? You got David's Copperfields in there? Show yourself, Copperfields!
Jimmy John's. $5 off orders of 20 or more.
One thing that makes Detroit Mercy unique and different from other universities is that the faculty truly care about you and they're always there to help. Whether it's asking questions after class or going into the office hours, they're always there to lend a hand and really make you feel at home.
People are here to work together, and whether like you have a question or you're discussing topics within the class, you can go up to your professor and they know your name. They're just willing to help you become a better overall student.
Detroit Mercy. Build a boundless future.
So it'll be down to Bolin, Castro, and Sakopoulos, 2-3-4 hitters in the 9th, trying to get a big-time comeback down by 4 runs. They'll face that guy, Michael DeSanti, who's been the everyday closer since the start of the season for the Hoppers, and he's been lights out. 14 appearances, sub-5 ERA, 4.96, 16 1/3 innings. Has given up 10 runs, 9 of them earned, 11 walks, 25 Ks, and those numbers are a little bit skewed for DeSanti, who had a really tough outing the last time he faced this Unicorns lineup. Just had 2/3 of an inning, gave up 3 hits, 6 runs, and 3 walks. Very uncharacteristic day for him, looking to redeem himself here in a hold position up by 4. Not quite sure what the delay is. I don't see Bolin anywhere. He is leading things off. But obviously, other than the last appearance for DeSanti, he's been great. Has had a couple no-hit innings. Has, other than that last one, not given up more than a single hit in any of his appearances. Has only given up 1 extra base hit, and that's a walk-off home run to Ari Sakopoulos back on June 17th. Bolin's 1 for 2 today, plus a walk. Grounded into a double play this last time up in the 6th. That was a big double play for Eddington. After the leadoff man Galassi got on, only with a 1-run lead back at that point. Looked like the Unicorns maybe had a chance to start a rally, and instead the double play kind of silenced it. First pitch to Bolin, 93 on the fastball. That's where DeSanti lives. 93-mile-an-hour 4-seam, 93-mile-an-hour 2-seam, and a slider and a changeup as well. Changeup used less than 5%, mainly just the 2 fastballs and an occasional slider. There's a slider in for a strike. Bolin watched it all the way. Deceptive pitch started way outside the plate and came across. 0-2. Fastball popped him up, foul, racing over his Burke. He's going to get there. No, it's off the wire that holds up the netting. Still 0-2.
Saw a notification pop up on my phone during the commercial break. Got a message from Jason Ross, former play-by-play commentator here at the USPBL from a season ago. Now with the Chicago Blackhawks and now doing work with the Chicago Sky. Always great to hear from him.
Swing and a miss. Bolin down on strikes. First out.
So always great to hear from alumni, if you will.
Yeah.
It's Jason
Ross becoming a big time guy over there in Chicago now.
Oh yeah, especially with the Blackhawks now. Traveling all over the country and even in Canada.
First pitch to Castro. Checked his swing. He went 0-1.
Now doing work for the Chicago Sky, who have been top 3 team in the WNBA so far this season.
They've been one of the better teams for a few years now. Castro swings and misses 0-2.
He and Jenna Rose. Jenna Rose also another familiar face around these parts. She's also doing work for the Chicago Blackhawks as well.
3 pitches and a strikeout to Castro. Back-to-back Ks for Michael DeSanti. I think he has recovered from that last outing against these Unicorns.
I think so. I mean, just three straight pitches, and now he's down the final out.
So he's thrown 7 pitches, all of them for strikes, one of them a foul ball. The other 3 have gotten past the hitters. It's all down to Sikopoulos, down by 4 with 2 outs here in the 9th. First pitch swinging, pounds it into the ground. 94 on that fastball. That's the best one from Mike.
I really hope we just didn't jinx him right there. The old dreaded announcer's jinx.
It has been frequent this season here at the USPBL. 0-1, swing and a miss. Down to the last strike. DeSanti, another guy Sikopoulos complimented. Says he might have the best stuff of anybody.
See if he can get by the jinx.
Ahead 0-2. Fastball low.
Sikopoulos, the ultimate last chance here for the Unicorns here.
Inside, came close. Sikopoulos able to get out of the way. He's 0 for 3 today, 2 pop outs and a fly out, and a relatively deep fly out to center. His best chance at getting on. The 2-2. Popped him up. Koziel trying to find room. Does he have it? No. Into the stands it will go. Count remains at 2 apiece.
And like trying to run for a foul ball in the last possibly at bat of the game.
Yeah, last chance for a souvenir, huh? Bolin down on strikes. Castro down on strikes. Sikopoulos faces the 2-2. Slider misses. Full count. It's been so fun watching these two guys battle all season.
There's a young man who got himself a late game souvenir. He also got some launcha balls too.
Slider walked him. Outside, DeSanti couldn't come up with it, so a 2-out base runner for the Unicorns, and Noah Childress comes up to the plate.
And once again, the announcer's jinx continues as Sikopoulos gets on base.
That's one thing DeSanti hasn't been great with this season. Much better earlier in the year than in recent games is the walks. 11 total, as we mentioned. 3 of them coming in that last appearance. Childress looks at ball 2.
That one looked pretty close there. Winds have pretty much died down here in the ballpark.
One gets by. Sakopoulos will easily motor over to second. So the Unicorns, we know this, they're not going to go away quietly. Down to their last out. They get a long 7-pitch at bat that works a walk from Sakopoulos, and now he's in scoring position for perhaps one of the best hitters in their lineup in Noah Childress.
Going to need the ultimate rally cap power here. For all the Unicorn fans out there.
3-0 fastball, got it for strike 1. Childress with 12 ribbies on the season. Couple home runs. 832 OPS is among the league best. Fastball left center field. That one is out of here.
Boom, baby. There we go.
Got out of there in a hurry, and he cuts the deficit in half. Noah Childress down to their last out. Keeps this game alive for the Unicorns.
And now the Unicorns are within striking distance now. Again, with 2 outs. Like you said, these Unicorns are not going to go down without a fight.
2-run blast makes it a 4-2 ball game for Kevin Lambert. Off the bat of Childress at 88 miles an hour. That ball carried 377 feet on a line into the scoreboard.
And like you said, that one got out of here quick.
Two in the dirt to Lambert. DeSanti, who was mowing down some of these batters in his first 2 at-bats, struggles through the last 3. Walked to Sakopoulos, fell behind 3-1 to Childress before the home run, and now 2-0 on Lambert. That's Ryan Kotke out there. Some words of encouragement, trying to get out of this game. Burke has a few too.
Probably went out there, words of encouragement, and also like we like to say in the USPBL, to shake it off. Shake off that homer.
Fastball low and away, can't find it. 3 balls, no strikes. And he walked him. 4 pitches. And walk, home run, walk after back-to-back strikeouts to start the inning for Mike DeSanti. And now the tying run comes to the plate in the form of Matt Parkinson.
Parkinson, as we know, came in later in the game, the pinch hit for the catcher Martin.
That one finds the zone at 93 for DeSanti, a much-needed first pitch strike to Parkinson, a good hitter. He is the tying run. No power this year for Parkinson. 4 doubles, no home runs. Slider got him way out in front. 77. Talk about a change in speed from 93 on the first pitch, 77 on the next one, and 0-2.
Just like that, now down to the last strike.
Swing and a miss. Hoppers win it 4-2. DeSanti gets all 3 outs by strikeouts in the 9th. Aaron, it was a very fun pitching duel through the first 5 innings today. Both Adam Riggleman of the Unicorns and Derek Eddington of the Hoppers were fantastic until the 5th inning. A combined 5 hits between the two. Then the Hoppers broke through in the 5th. They get 1 in each inning after that, all the way up until the 8th. Win this one 4-2.
And who would have thought after the 5th inning we would have 6 runs on the scoreboard? Who would have thunk it, you know? But a great win for the Hoppers, double digits on the year with 10 wins now. And now drawing a little bit with striking distance with the Unicorns in the season series. It's now 6-3 for the Unicorns lead.
Unicorns get 2 in the 9th thanks to Noah Childress and his 2-run blast, but it is not enough. The Hoppers stave them off. They win this one 4-2. Stick around for our Detroit Mercy post-game show. We'll be back with our player of the game in just a few minutes.
Diamond hoppers, ain't too many of the teams can defeat us. You on the sideline, warming up the benches. Need a lesson, I can show you, I can teach ya. You see a diamond hopper fan, point 'em out, ayy. 5 ball, catch a frog, walk it out, ayy. Every time you score, I'm throwing up my diamond. Both hands in the air, same timing. Let's rock. Diamond hoppers, Eastside diamond hoppers. Diamond hoppers, we the Eastside diamond hoppers. Diamond hoppers, Eastside diamond hoppers. Diamond hoppers, we the Eastside diamond hoppers. Diamond hoppers, diamond hoppers, we the Eastside diamond hoppers. Diamond hoppers, diamond hoppers. Diamond hoppers, we the Eastside diamond hoppers.
They call me Prospects. Since the day I was born as a diver's watch, the challengers of the world have taught me many things. Life is not a numbers game. It's about challenging ourselves. No matter what happens, just follow your heart. These pioneers drive our generation forward. Not by setting records, but by never giving up. Keep going forward. Prospects.
Available at Lucido Fine Jewelry.
As your neighbor who works at Ascension, Michigan, and a cardiologist who's practiced for more than 20 years, I'm going to keep asking, how are you feeling today? Your care can't wait. Getting care sooner can mean catching things before they get worse. At Ascension, Michigan, our ERs and our hospitals and other sites of care are maintaining strict precautions for your safety. Studies have shown that people will get care sooner if they're encouraged by their doctors, family, and friends. Get the care you need at getascensionmichigancare.com.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at TicketSmarter.com.
You hear about the promo that Jimmy's John's got going on? 5 off 20? How they pulling it off? Magic? You got David's Copperfields in there? Show yourself, Copperfields!
Jimmy John's. $5 off orders of 20 or more.
Slide into a new home. Work with a local mortgage pro who works for you. Get a cheaper, faster, easier home loan. Find a mortgage broker near you today at findamortgagebroker.com.
We're for people, the pioneers, the underdogs, the players, and the slow and steadies. We're for people, for who they are and who they could become. Yes, we're a bank, and some say our business is all about money, but that's an old idea. Because look past the money, and you'll see real human lives. We see it, because we're for people. Huntington, welcome.
How do these business owners find the time for peace of mind? Because they rely on Tryon to handle difficult and time-consuming HR tasks like payroll, benefits administration, and more. Working with Tryon, one of the nation's top professional employer organizations, provides access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans and its team of attorneys and HR experts. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Slide into a new home. Work with a local mortgage pro who works for you. Get a cheaper, faster, easier home loan. Find a mortgage broker near you today at findamortgagebroker.com.
You hear about the promo that Jimmy's John's got going on? 5 off 20? How they pulling it off? Magic? You got David's Copperfields in there? Show yourself, Copperfields!
Jimmy John's. $5 off orders of 20 or more.
I'm all in with HR and Organizational Development Council.
I'm all in with Marketing and Business Development Council.
I'm all in with Operations and Member Experience Council.
I'm all in with CEO Council.
I'm all in with Lending Council.
I'm all in with CFO Council.
I'm all in with Technology Council.
Our credit union is all in with CUNA Councils.
They call me Prospects. Since the day I was born as a diver's watch, the challengers of the world have taught me many things. Life is not a numbers game. It's about challenging ourselves. No matter what happens, just follow your heart. These pioneers drive our generation forward. Not by setting records, but by never giving up. Keep going forward. Prospects.
Available at Lucido Fine Jewelry.
Welcome back to Jimmy John's Field for our Detroit Mercy post-game show with our player of the game, Derek Eddington, starting pitcher for the Hoppers. Derek, first of all, great game today. Very fun to watch. 6 strikeouts, just 3 hits, 2 free passes. A fantastic day for you guys. You guys pick up a big win. Let's start with your mindset. The Unicorns, obviously, best team in the league so far. They've been dominating all year. What's it like, your mindset on the mound going to attack those hitters, and even though they've been so good all season?
Yeah, they absolutely have a tough lineup. There's a lot of great hitters in that lineup. And last week, I faced that lineup on a Thursday night and struggled a little bit. They had my number a little bit. And the mindset going into this one was just attack with the fastball early, get ahead, and go from there. And it worked tonight. So worked on some stuff this week in the bullpen, and it paid off. So
you talked about that last start on Thursday. What changed between that one and this start that was working better for you today?
I think just attacking hitters. Again, they have a great lineup, and I think last week tried to attack a lot with the off speed and got behind in some counts and gotten some fastball counts, and they made me pay for it. So going into today, it was attack early with the fastball, get ahead of hitters, and let the off speed work off of that, and it worked out. So.
And I'll do credit to your opponent on the mound, Adam Riggleman. He had a really good day, too. Really fun to watch you guys battle. Nobody scored until you guys did in the 5th. How does that affect you on the mound when you see him doing well? One swing of the bat could change the game for you.
Yeah, it's always a competition anytime you're facing an opposing pitcher, especially when they're dealing like he was tonight, and he has all summer. So I think that when you're in a no-run ball game like that, it kind of helps you stay focused and locked into the game because you know that one swing could really change the game. So when you're going up against a great opponent like that, it does help you stay locked in, and I think it did for me tonight. So.
Well, thanks, Derek. It was a great game. Fun watching you guys. That's Derek Eddington, our Detroit Mercy player of the game. For my partner, Aaron Gemmel, I'm Brendan Shabath. We'll see you tomorrow on the USPBL Network.